Today on MTG Unpacked, we're getting stuck into the Teferi Planeswalker deck. So we had a look at the Liliana one before this. If you missed that video, I'll pop a link up in the corner, you can check it out. So we have Teferi Timeless Voyager. So we get a deck box, 60 card deck. So play tabletop or online, 1 15 card booster pack, strategy insert, 2 reference cards. And the code in here is to unlock the deck in MTG Arena. So this is a mono blue deck, as you might expect. Let's get into it. And I've got this seal on here now, so I guess they were worried about people taking codes. So glad to see it. Let's get stuck into it. And are you planning to pick up any of the Planeswalker decks, or are you a seasoned player? They don't really interest you, leave a note in the comments. These are mainly for newer players, so they tend to simplify the mechanics and the decks aren't terribly strong, but I could be surprised. Okay, so we'll pop the foil over there. Let's check it out. So we get a very cool deck box here, Teferi. And the foil, it's a mythic. Let's boost that lighting a tad. So we have Teferi Timeless Voyager, Legendary Planeswalker Teferi, 4 loyalty for 6. Is +1, draw a card, -3, put target creature on top of its owner's library, -8. Each creature target opponent controls phases out. Interesting. Until the end of your next turn, they can't phase in. Treat them and anything attached to them as though they don't exist. Alright, so phasing is one of the new mechanics coming back here for Teferi. There are actually a couple of different Teferi variants. Actually, I should say there's a ton of different variants, mostly in the artwork, but there is a more powerful version. We also get a nice pack here. We'll check that out in a moment, once we've gone through the deck. And before you play, okay, so telling you about playing the deck. I'm betting this is more of a control thing here. A bit about Teferi, a wisecracking master of time magic. Indeed, flash, permanent, and prowess are the terms to know. And what on earth is a Planeswalker anyway? You can check that out. So very cool cards. Alright, so let's get into the deck proper here, and there is a code that I'll be popping up at some point, one-time use only, so only one person will be able to get that. Let's put that down there and check out some of the other stuff first. We have these little info cards, combat damage and attacking and blocking, how all that works. Popular Magic formats. What is your favorite format? Leave a note in the comments. And parts of a turn. Okay, so I'm going to chop this up to the mana. Let's take a look. Okay, so we get a rare Stormwing Entity, creature elemental 3/3 for 5. So the spell costs 2 and a blue, less to cast if you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, has flying and prowess. So prowess means whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And when Stormwing Entity enters the battlefield, scry 2. So that's having a pick at the top of your library. You either put something back or underneath on the bottom of your deck. Teferi's Ageless Insight, Legendary Enchantment for 4. If you would draw a card except the first one you draw in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards instead. Nice, double the card draw there. Teferi's Wavecaster, creature Merfolk Wizard 3/3 for 5 with flash. So flash means you can pop it in on the opponent's turn. When Teferi's Wavecaster enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Teferi Timeless Voyager, reveal it and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Okay, so I think this card is exclusive for this deck. So you can tutor up your Teferi, so we get 2 of those. Fairy Vandal, creature Fairy Rogue, 1/2 for 2 with flash and flying. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Vandal. Jeskai Elder, creature Human Monk, 1/2 for 2 with prowess. So we talked about that earlier. Whenever Jeskai Elder deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So how many? We're going to get 2 of those, alright. Tome Anima, creature spirit, 3/3 for 4, so it can't be blocked as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, which shouldn't be too difficult. You're going to be doing a lot of card draw. Shipwreck Dowser, creature merfolk wizard, 3/3 for 5 with prowess. So when it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, good deal. Get something back from the graveyard. We got another Fairy Vandal, so a play set of those actually. Historian of Zalfir, creature human wizard, 3/3 for 4. Whenever Historian of Zalfir attacks, if you control a Teferi Planeswalker, draw a card. Come and listen, I'll tell you the story of a nation lost to time and of the man who caused it. Okay then. So, 3 of those. Mystic Skyfish, check it out. Creature fish, 3/1 for 3. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, Mystic Skyfish gains flying until end of turn. Okay, flying fish, that's fun. So 4 of those. And then we'll have a bunch of lands here and then the rest of the cards. So let's count them up briefly. Okay, so you get 24 plus one of these very cool islands here. So these are the new artwork for the set. They're sort of stingy with those, so I expect the value will be higher than your typical basic land. Okay, next up we have Charm Sleep, enchantment aura for 3, enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Very cool way to lock up a creature. Okay, 2 of those. Mantle of Tides, artifact equipment for a single blue. Equipped creature gets +1/+2. And whenever you draw your second card each turn, attach Mantle of Tides to target creature you control. You can equip it for 3. Okay, 2 of those. Stern Dismissal, instant for a single blue. Return target creature or enchantment an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Okay, so that's a very clear control card there. Gust of Wind, sorcery for 4. The spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a creature with flying. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Okay, bouncing cards back again. Card draw, and flying is another common thing with blue. Frantic Inventory, instant for 2. Draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards named Frantic Inventory in your graveyard. Okay, so you'll be able to have up to 4 of those. I'm guessing they'll have 4. Yep, there we go. Opt is an instant for a single blue, so scry 1. So look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library, and you get to draw a card. So that one you can pretty much either grab the card off the top, or if you don't need it, put it on the bottom. Alright, so there we have it. There is the deck proper. Now these packs, they include to show you that you can supplement your deck, introduce you to some of the other cards. So let's see what we get. A Soldier Token, a Swamp, and let's slow roll things here. Okay, so we do get a foil. Let's take a look at the uncommons. We have an Alpine Houndmaster, Canopy Stalker, Waker of Waves, and the commons Gnarled Sage, Basri's Acolyte, Turret Ogre, Swift Response, Village Rites, Titanic Growth, Sure Strike, Library Larcenist, Alpine Watchdog, and that is it for the commons. And by the way, these are going to be pretty random, so you're probably going to get completely different cards to what I've got here. A very nice Plains. Alright, and what is the final rare? We have Ruined Halo, enchantment for 2. So as it enters the battlefield, choose a card name. You have protection from the chosen card name. You can't be targeted, dealt damage, or enchanted by anything with that name. Alright, sounds good. So there we have it. That is the Teferi Planeswalker deck for Core Set 2021. Costs about $12 US, and I think it's a decent deal for new players, especially because you get the code to unlock the deck in MTG Arena, which I just remembered. Here we go. If you're lucky enough to get that, leave a note in the comments. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy out there. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.